So, welcome to the Birmingham Fazeley Canal on a very wet and windy Friday. I'm going to try and just go a couple of miles down to Curdworth. I'm single-handing. It's going to be a challenge, it's going to be slow. I've got to be careful of moored boats because I have a feeling that I'm going to probably end up hitting the bank a couple of times and stuff, so it's just vile. It's been forecast, but nevertheless, it's not nice. This is going to be a challenge. Oh dear Lord. Can't say I'm looking forward to this, but I must be absolutely stark raving mad. So, when I eventually do get to cast off into the storm, what I'm going to try to do today is to show you how I single hand through a lock. I've got to go up 7 locks today. I'm certainly not saying my way's the best way, far from it. I've still got an awful lot to learn, but I'm going to show you how I try to do it. I'm still trying to find the most efficient way, and I absolutely welcome feedback on my style and advice on how I might improve things going forwards. So obviously I'm going to be battling with the elements, so that might bring a completely different sway to the thing, but let's see. I don't quite know how I'm going to do the cameras either on my own, but we'll find a way. The GoPro may well be useful today, given there's more water falling from the sky than there is already in the cut. But hey-ho, you have to challenge yourself sometimes, don't you? And I'm sure by the end of the day I'll think, I'm glad I've done that. But right now I'm thinking, I'm a fool. A fool, Lumsden, you're a fool. Here we go. Well, I'm not alone in needing to get somewhere. At least I know all the locks are going to be down there. It's an old beauty, look at this. Beautiful old British Waterways boat. Need my help. It's got loads. What a day. What a filthy day. So let me show you how I go about single handing on a lock. It's not certainly not the given way, you know, it's not me saying this is how you got to do it, and please, you know, if there are more experienced people out there who can advise me on doing something wrong or something dangerous, just, you know, give me some feedback on my style. I'd really appreciate that. Oh, it's a vile day. But the one bit of advice I would give, which I'm sure nobody will disagree with, is that when you're single-handing, it's really important to just be constantly aware of everything. Keep your eyes open, take your time, consider everything, expect the unexpected, all of that. Don't rush, don't run, and try and be systematic if you can. Get the front end off. Right, so just as I want to get into a position, there's a side wind now hitting me, which doesn't always help. Approach the lock with a bit of momentum, and then at the last minute, when I can jump off, is then cut the gearbox, the drive, hop off and walk up the side of the rope. Just get it straightened up, make sure there's some momentum there. Okay, final adjustment, out of gear, and up I go with the rope. So now taking care that the rope does clear all of the little bits and bobs. These on the Birmingham Fazeley are particularly awkward because of this, because of the walkway. So you just have to be careful that you don't foul your rope into any of those. So it's still, I haven't touched this rope yet from a point of view of pulling or stopping the boat. It's still coming in on that initial momentum, and it might have gone a little bit bump off the sides, but it's what they're built for. Now it's always quite wise when you're going up a lock to get your front end up to where the sill is. I know we all fear the sill on the way down, but on the way up I've found, so again somebody may correct me, that it's better if your boat is actually resting against one end of the lock. It just because when you open a paddle, very often the boat does shoot forwards, so you think it's going to go backwards and actually come barreling forwards, and it's not nice when you can see a 15-ton boat hurtling at the lock door. You don't want that. So again, with nobody on board, like you would when you're working as a partnership, it's really important that you know what your boat's doing in the lock. If you're at the helm, you've got all the controls there to sort of go forwards, backwards, and that sort of thing. So let's keep the rope off. I keep a really nice long rope so that I can grab it if necessary. And then it's about taking your time, really. So I go half a paddle, and I'll just see what that does to the boat. Which way is the boat going to go? Drifting backwards a bit, should stop again. Okay, I'll bring the rest of that up now. It's that keeping your eyes on the prize. Now I can see her starting to move back a little bit quicker now, so I'll just get the rope, bring her to a halt. I'll bring her back down to the lock gate, and she should sit then. She comes. Right, no need for my rope to stay off now. I'm already at a position where I can jump on the roof. Lay that back there, ready for the next requirement, and off we go. There she is, just coming up to the gate now, nice and gently on there. It's not going to do any damage, so she's sitting pretty. Let's open the next one. She should stay. There she is, beautiful. So I like to wear, there's random fashion advice here, I like to wear Converse. They're not waterproof and they're not particularly robust, but what they are, they're a bit like dance shoes. Because you know me and me dancing, I like a bit of dancing. you can feel your feet. They've got a great rubber compound, so they're very soft, so they're very grippy. I haven't slipped yet once, and that roof is really shiny, and when it's wet you would think it's very slippy, and I actually haven't slipped yet. So they're very good for grip, but more importantly, you can feel your feet. Mrs. L, she wears all sorts of boots, and yeah, you know, they might be grippy, but she can't feel her feet. They're wider than her feet, they're longer, so they can tend to make you a bit clumsy. Whereas I think a pair of Converse, or you know, your thin deck shoes, for me, they're my preference. Welcome to Lumpy's fashion channel. Fashion for boaters. I mean, look at me. A picture of magnificence. You'll be glad to know I'm only showing you how to do one lock. Some of the experienced boaters, and I absolutely get this, get very annoyed at vloggers because, yeah, a lot of vloggers have only actually been doing this for 5 minutes, haven't they, in comparison to some. And that doesn't mean that they're incapable, and it doesn't mean that, you know, we don't know our stuff. But what does happen sometimes is your inexperienced vlogger can talk about things like it is the law. And the danger there is, particularly, you know, as you start to get subscribers and your channel becomes popular, then your holiday boaters and people like that who've never been on a boat can sort of watch what you're doing, and you could influence them to do something the wrong way. Worse still, it could be a dangerous way. So I'm very careful to say, you know, if I'm showing you something, then this is my way. When I said my way, I nearly broke into a song, but I know that everybody switches off at the point I start singing, and then I'll lose about 50 subscribers. Okay, so going out of the lock, it's a similar sort of thing. Momentum, then the boat will take itself out. I'll retain control because I'll have the rope with me, and that allows me to shut the gate and still control the boat without having to go over to the left onto the lock landing over there and, you know, faff around, sort of tying the middle rope, coming back, then going back, untying. I can kind of hold it here. Yeah, it puts the boat a little bit at risk of getting caught in the wind, but I can deal with that once I've got the boat. But as long as I've got the rope with me, that's fine. So I'm just slowing it down a bit now, so it's only just drifting out. So I've stepped off. I've got the rope with me. It's a long rope, yeah? So I'm holding it. Right, I've now got the boat stopped. So that's not going anywhere. Rope can go over there. That's going nowhere. If it does start to go somewhere, I've got plenty of time to react because I've got a really long rope off the boat. I can see the front end of the boat now has been caught by the wind, but I can still get the rope and bring the boat back to where I need, because there's no way I could jump on the back now. Well, there is. There is if I go across. But bring the boat back to me. To me. Here she comes. So, again, because of the wind, it's pushed me over there, look. So, I'm gonna have to just push my front end off to give myself a chance, because at the moment I can't drive my back end round because it's up against the wall. Just get that a shove, heading in the right direction. And drive on. One lock done. Perfect day. Perfect. Paul.
Hi, Paul.
So I've got Ken, CRT Volunteer, brilliant. Out in this weather as well. I don't know. See, I'm not the only idiot. Not that I'm saying Ken's an idiot. Ken's a very nice man. He's offered to do 4 locks with me. I'm not going to argue with that. Look at the state of my coat. Oh, I see. The M42 over there. Just those vehicles are approaching junction 10, the M42. It's not nice. It's not nice. There's Rob here that's stuck in some office doing admin without a shadow of a doubt. So I'm just going to sit in this lock for a minute. There's a boat in the next lock. There's so much wind in the pound between the 2 locks. Better out here. So it goes a little bit sheltered, I think. It's just a bit open here with the motorway and the open fields. I'll go into a bit of shelter in a minute, so hopefully it should calm down a bit. Well, I'm not sure you can hear me because I'm not mic'd up properly and there's wind howling everywhere and stuff, but I'd like to say it's been a pleasure bringing you this production. It's been interesting, it's been challenging, it's been cold and it's been wet. It's not particularly been enjoyable, but I hope you enjoy the vlog. So hopefully I'll see you from a sunnier Stratford or something like that very soon. Make sure you click on subscribe, give it a like, give it a dislike if you don't like it, comment, advice, all of that. I'll see you very soon. This is Lumpy from Narrowboat Natterings from a very wet Birmingham Fazeley Canal, Curdworth. Goodbye.